Hi guys, in today's video I want to talk about customer acquisition costs on Amazon, how to calculate it and how to properly include everything that should be part of the costs to gain new customers. Now for the sake of this video, I'm going to cover only how to calculate cost per acquisition using Campaign Manager. So only the cost of actual ad spend, but you need to factor in all the other costs as, for example, if you have external traffic, if you have additional PPC manager or managers, you have your creative team. So everything that contributed to the cost to acquire a new customer, you need to factor that in. But let's try to keep it simple for the sake of, I want you to understand how I do it and what are some of the pros and cons of this approach. You need to pull Amazon Marketing Cloud data about new to brand customers. How to do it? First, navigate to your Amazon Marketing Cloud instance, and in the search bar, just type new or new to brand. You should find this one, new to brand purchases. Click it and configure it like the date range that you want to use. Like I use month to date, and select the date range that you are comfortable with. What you will get would be split per each of your campaign that you had running in this, for example, month to date period. You will have a column for new to brand and non new to brand orders. You can use that to calculate the proper cost per acquisition. Now, for the sake of the explanation, we're going to have something called blended new to brand CAC and attributed new to brand CAC. Now, blended, you can use this like really as a rough estimate what is the cost, and it's calculated by just your total ad spend divided by new to brand orders. And as I said, new to brand orders, you can pull that through the Amazon Marketing Cloud, as I just said. Now, I will also cover the live numbers, so you can see the difference between blended CAC and attributed CAC. Attributed new to brand CAC, you need to allocate the spend that went towards new to brand customers versus the ones who are non-new to brand. This approach is not 100% accurate, but it's more accurate than just blending everything in. New to brand attributed spend, I mean, the whole point is like, we assume that out of all the ad spend that you had in this month, you calculate the split of how many orders were new to brand and versus the others. And then you find out the ratio between those two, and then you can also calculate the attributed spend for new to brand and attributed spend for all the others. To give a live example, take a look at this. So let's take the new to brand orders and non-new to brand orders in month to date, and you have the total orders and total cost that we had month to date. So you can see that the difference is obvious. Now, it may not sound like big of a difference, but it actually is. So $10 per customer versus $12 can make a $12.50 can make a big difference. And this is only in this example. So clearly, I suggest that you go to the attributed CAC in order to calculate everything properly. Now, what is it that you can do to reduce your CAC? First of all, you can work on your conversion rate, and I've covered that in the past, and many other colleagues covered that pretty well. So the main thing is actually to increase the conversion rate. Second thing, increase your average order value if possible by bundling your products, or maybe do some kind of an upsell. And the third option is just focus on your targeting. Maybe you're targeting some of the keywords and products that are not so relevant to your product, therefore your CAC is really high. You need to factor that in also. Also, high customer acquisition cost can be okay at the beginning of a life cycle of a product, and then if they are going down over the period of time, that's a good thing. And lastly, CAC doesn't account for brand halo effect for future organic sales. That's something that you also have to factor in, But having a proper calculated customer acquisition cost is a must in order to see if investing more in growth pays off. Is it eating the margin or not? I hope you found this useful. Maybe it's a little bit more math than you are used to, but it definitely pays off. Stay tuned and see you on Monday in the next video. Bye-bye.